I am going to show you one of my favourite little bookbinding methods to make a book totally by folding paper, and it's called a blizzard or a crown binding, and it makes a lovely little sketchbook, and the pages are held in by these folded pieces, and the whole binding part of it is made with a single sheet of paper. So I shall show you how to make that first. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper that is twice as long as it is high. So mine is about 17 centimetres in that direction and about 34 this way. Whenever you're making any of these folded books, what is important is that you cut and you measure very accurately. So I'm hoping I've done this accurately enough. And when we make one like this, I've got paper that's white on one side and patterned on the other. You'll get the white area on the outside of the binding and the coloured part inside. So that's what we're going to do. So to do that, we turn it over and we fold it in half with the white on the inside. And what I want to do is fold this into 8 folds. So I'm basically going to take one half, fold that in half, like that, and then fold each of these sections in half so it works like a concertina. So here you can see I've folded it up so that it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections, and it folds up like this as a concertina, so all the coloured parts are on the inside. Then taking it like this, I'm going to take this top corner and I'm going to fold it down to make a little triangle like this, and do the same in the opposite corner, just like that. I then fold that down and I do the same with this bit here. So just fold that down and then on the other side as well. Fold that down and repeat all the way along. So as you can see, they're all folded down now like this, and what I do is I then turn it around and I make sure they all fold in the opposite direction, so they all fold in both directions. So I take these little folds here and then turn them around the other way so that they are quite flexible little folds. Because I want them to go in both directions. So do that all the way along. There we go. And now I'm going to open it all out again. So open all these folds out. And what we're going to do now is, where we've got all these little V shapes, we're going to push them so they go the other direction. So they will go inwards like that rather than out, if that makes sense. So push that one in, and the next one, push that one in, and that one, and then these ones. And these ones on the outside just fold outwards like that. So you should end up with something that looks like this. And then what I shall do now is, starting with the first one, open it out, and I shall fold that first triangle down. I effectively turn the page and fold the next triangle down. And this is where you discover whether you've actually done your folding and cutting accurately or not. perhaps not quite as accurately as I should have done, but there we are. Turn the page, fold that one up, and that one down. That's the last one. So I don't think my folding has been perhaps quite as neat as it could have been, but there we are. And that is basically your Blizzard binding, ready to put a cover on and to put some pages in. So we'll do that very quickly now. So to make the cover, I've taken 2 pieces of mount board and I'm going to cut them down so that they are just marginally deeper than the depth of the binding. And then you can cut them either square if you want a little square book, or rectangular if you'd like a rectangular book. I've cut mine into rectangles. So as you can see, just a little bit bigger in depth. And I've covered my pieces of board, they're rectangular, and I've covered them on both sides. You just need to now make sure they're both the right way up, so that when I've got my book, here we are, the right way up, they'll be like that. So this is how I want my binding. And then I am going to apply glue to one side, glue that on there, apply glue on this white side and put that one on there. So let's just do that. And I slip a little bit of paper underneath when I apply the glue so that I don't get glue everywhere else. I will just now position that right to the edge. So I line up the edge of the board with the edge of the binding. And then slip a bit of paper underneath that side. The second cover again right on the edge, lining up with the other cover. Press it down firmly. You can leave it under a weight until it dries. And there you've got your little Blizzard binding book with a cover, and it's all ready now to insert pages in. So what I've got now, I've cut pages. These ones might be a little bit small because I've just taken them out of another book, and they're folded bits of paper, so they are just slightly smaller than the size of my cover boards, but double. And then these will fit inside these little triangles, and that will hold the pages together. So what you end up with is a little book like this with pages inserted that can be removed and replaced. And again, I've got them all different sizes, so and it can be any sorts of paper you can stick in here. You can use recycled paper. So that is it, how to make a little Blizzard or Crown binding book. And I've got lots more tips. I've got a course that I've released on bookbinding to make a beautiful little handmade journal, where I go into a lot more depth about covering the boards and getting a neat and tidy finish, with lots more bookbinding tips and information for you. So do head to my website, which is ginaferrari-art.co.uk, and you can find out more there on the courses page. Thank you for watching.